So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Best of the Best 4. Warning. This is going to be another Grundy Man recommendation. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this flick. We like Phillip Rhee on this channel. Movie poster says Phillip Rhee, Ernie Hudson, the newest and hardest hitting of the series. I will agree with that. Who is this bad girl? Who's the bad girl? I've seen her before. Jessica Collins. I've seen her. She's one of these lame stream actresses. I take it back. She's been on a bunch of lame stream television shows. Nothing that really catches my eye. A bunch of soap operas. So, yeah. This is her second film. I do not know anything about the main actress in this one, Jessica Collins. All right. Well, what can I say about Best of the Best 4 without warning? Karate Men gave me a heads up about the nipples. They're this this one gal, you can only see one side of her breast, and the nipple is doorknob sized. So it's quite large, and the camera hones in on it for a few seconds twice, and that's about all you're going to get. It's a tease and nothing more. It's not much, in my opinion, but it's better than nothing. The explosions are incredible. The incompetent policeman played by Ernie Hudson. Great stuff. At the explosions, Phillip Rhee doing his kickboxing. The tunnel scene is incredible, and the tunnel scene is actually on the movie poster. I love that. I love how Phillip Rhee just skids his bike underneath a gasoline truck. That was awesome. Anyways, enough about Phillip Rhee. Just like Best of the Best 2, I have to say the sequels are better than the original. I thought the original was boring, except for the ending. It was just some kickboxing tournament, Koreans versus U.S., and I was bored by it until the end. The ending kind of saved it somewhat, but not really. Best of the Best 2 is right up there with this one. I give that one 5 out of 5 stars also. So, much like Amityville Horror, or what's that other one? It's Alive. Amityville Horror, the sequels are better. It's Alive, the sequels are better. And Best of the Best, the sequels are better. So there you have it. Best of the Best 4, without warning, is a 1998 direct-to-video martial arts action film. Gee, I wonder if Karate Man watches anything else besides that. Maybe Eddie Murphy comedies. Written and directed by the film star Phillip Rhee, it's the third sequel in the Best of the Best film series. The film stars Ernie, Hudson, Tobin Bell. Paul Gleason. And Sven-Ole Thorsen. I don't know Tobin Bell because I never watched any of the Saw movies. A group of Russian mobsters have stolen a huge supply of paper for printing U.S. currency, and they are now flooding the market with counterfeit bills. When a young woman named Mickey, Jill Ritchie, working for the mobsters, decides to turn herself in and hand over a data CD to the police, she is shot and killed, but not before handing the disc to an unsuspecting Tommy Lee, played by Phillip Rhee. Yeah, you can see her slip the disc in Phillip Rhee's pocket while they're being assaulted in her dad's 7-Eleven store. Despite working with the police as a martial arts instructor, Lee doesn't go to the cops with the disc, but instead he goes on the run, giving the mafia time to kidnap his daughter Stephanie, played by Jessica Huang, to hold as a hostage in exchange for the disc. It's interesting that they go to a Catholic priest, played by Paul Gleason, who was in Breakfast Club, Trading Places, Die Hard. Another lamestream actor in this one. So I don't want to spoil the ending, but I will go to the IMDb page here. See if we can find any more juicy details about this. The gym fight scene with the stick fighting sword fencing fight scene. Just epic fight scene. Tommy fighting all these bad guys around him. Yeah, it's kind of unrealistic how he's teaching them how to how to use martial arts against somebody with a knife or a gun. I guess Phillip Rhee is Superman. Anyways, this probably had the lowest budget of all the Best of the Best movies, and all the money was spent on the great top-notch fight scenes. This should have gotten a theatrical release instead, rather than just direct-to-video. Well, I think this genre was kind of dying out by the late 90s. Canon was no longer around, right? When did Canon go out of business? 1995? I don't remember. Anyways, next three movies on my list. Coming down the pike, we've got Murder over New York, 1940. Hideout in the Sun, 1960, and Out for Justice, 1991. Best of the Best 3 and 4 definitely needed a theatrical release like the first two. The franchise just gets better and better. Yeah, I didn't like the original that much. I thought it was mediocre. But Best of the Best 2 was awesome. I haven't seen 3. I just watched 4, and that was decent. I was surprised. Just when I thought it was starting to get boring, you see all these explosions, and what the heck is going on? Phillip Rhee is an awesome director and a great kickboxer, I might add. All right, this is a video, 1998. Rated R, 1 hour, 30 minutes. It gets a mediocre 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb. 1,500 ratings, so it's somewhat lamestream. At least the actors are lamestream. When a girl fleeing Russian mobsters plants a stolen computer disk on Tommy Lee. We like Tommy Lee on this channel. The martial arts expert finds himself unwittingly thrust into his most harrowing adventure ever. Oh, there's a double feature. There's actually a DVD that has Best of the Best 3 and Best of the Best 4. It's a double feature. All right. So we talked about Phillip, Rhee, Ernie, Hudson, Sven-Ole Thorsen. This guy has been in a lot of movies. He was in Gladiator, Hard Target, The Running Man, Conan the Barbarian. This dude is big. And Phillip Rhee hits him over the head with a bottle. He's the guy who dies in the gas truck explosion, the most killer explosion ever. While Phillip Rhee is riding out of the tunnel on his motorcycle, you just see all this fire come out. It is awesome. All right. What else we got here on IMDb? We went through the cast. Ernie Hudson is a familiar face. I don't know Tobin Bell or Jessica Collins. I know Paul Gleason. More like this. We've got Best of the Best 3, No Turning Back. Which has a 4.8. This one, same as this one. It's kind of interesting that it's no longer a fight tournament. It's more of a action movie, I guess. Best of the Best 2 gets a 5.6. That's probably the best out of the 3 that I've seen so far. I don't remember. And then Best of the Best gets a 6.4. I didn't like Best of the Best. I give it 6. A little bit lower rating. Nemesis gets a 5.4. I gave that one a 6. All right. Eric Roberts felt this entry, along with part 3, ruined what was once a promising story. Well, they definitely kind of veered into new territory with the story. It's no longer a kickboxing tournament, as I said. That's probably what Eric Roberts is talking about. During the final shootout, Detective Gresco takes 3 bullets out of his revolver to fool a man into thinking his gun is empty. He fires 1 shot, leaving with 2 and no time to reload. When Unica gets Gresco's gun, he fires more than 2 shots that should have been left. Oh, magic trick. Boris shoots the truck driver and then moves his dead body to the passenger seat when he gets in the truck. "You can ride shotgun," says Boris, a.k.a. That was one of the great one-liners. Sven-Ole Thorsen. That was probably the one great one-liner. "You can ride shotgun." Alternate versions, German video release, Paramount was cut by a few scenes in order to receive an 18 rating. This was featured in Video Buck Best of the Best 4, Sin Aliento, 2020. This review is by Hey Sweden, dated May 15th, 2022. It's called I Gotta Go Bake a Cake. This Hey Sweden person is giving it a lower 6 out of 10 rating, which is actually higher than the average here on IMDb, but still not as high as my rating. The fourth and final entry in this franchise, directed and co-written by franchise veteran Phillip Rhee. We like Phillip Rhee on this channel. Is decent enough, if hardly inspired. This time our intrepid martial artist hero is working out a self-defense advisor for the police force when he gets caught up in a plot hatched by murderous Russian counterfeiters. When he's forced to kill a crooked detective who's in on the scheme, he must take it on the lam, all the while doing everything possible to protect his little girl, Jessica Huang, who's adorable. All she wants is her birthday cake. But her daddy is being hung upside down by Conan the Barbarian's buddy. And so she has to go to the altar to pray. How she got in the sanctuary, nobody knows. Best of the Best 4, without warning, doesn't have that much to do with martial arts, although it does feature the requisite scenes with Tommy Lee getting a chance to show off his impressive skills. It's pretty standard, unimaginative stuff. Yeah, it's mindless entertainment. What do you expect? This is Karate Man movie with no surprises and a bunch of typical characters. That said, Rhee is still enjoyable to watch and he struts his stuff. Phillip Rhee is awesome. I don't care what anybody says. Phillip Rhee and Don the Dragon Wilson, those two guys are should have been on the same level as Jean-Claude Van Damme. And there's one fairly good chase sequence. At least there's a respectable body count, and the baddies are mostly irredeemable garbage whose demises are eagerly anticipated. They blaspheme God in church. How dare they? One good thing that the movie can boast is a solid lineup of character actors in supporting roles, even if they're better utilized in other things. Ernie Hudson, the Ghostbusters movies. Oh, yeah. I forgot he played in Ghostbusters. As a jerk detective, he was the token black Ghostbuster. Art Laflur from Cobra as a store owner. Cobra? Tobin Bell, the Saw franchise, as the main baddie. Chris Lemon, just before dawn, as another detective. Sven-Ole Thorsen. Conan the Barbarian as one of the most disposable henchmen, and Paul Gleason, the Breakfast Club, as a helpful priest. It's particularly good to see Gleason cast against type here, since he's best known for jerk characters himself. Mindless fun overall, mostly for die-hard action fanatics who aren't particularly demanding. That sounds like Karate Man. 6 out of 10. So, there you have it. An opposing viewpoint. I guess Karate Man and I fell into that category of die-hard action fanatics who aren't particularly demanding. Give me Phillip Rhee and a bunch of explosions and police corruption and and all the other things I mentioned. Rated R for pervasive strong violence and a scene of sexuality. it's a dry humping menage a trois three-way between three white people, one guy and two gals in bed. I guess it's intended to make Jessica Collins jealous. Who knows? I don't know why they. I was confused by Jessica Collins, why Phillip Rhee called her up. Why her number was on the tape. There are little plot holes in this one. I must have missed what I was looking for in this movie. I guess I wasn't paying close attention, or maybe there were some plot holes. Yeah, 1998 was when the action genre was slowing down. Van Damme and Seagal movies were started to flop at this time around. I want to see some of the newer Seagal movies because they're so low budget and low rated. They're probably one of those so bad that they're good type movies. What's a good Seagal movie that I've got to see? Okay. A 7th Dan black belt in Aikido. We're talking Steven Seagal, ladies and gentlemen. What's some of his newer movies? Come on. Oh, here we go. We've got Beyond the Law, The Perfect Weapon. Oh. I forget which movie he's in that looks really bad. Some of his newer stuff has got to be so bad that it's good. It's got to be. You know, the stuff where he can barely walk and so they give him little bit parts. Phillip Rhee is easily the most underrated Asian action star of all time. I would really love to know the reason why he didn't do much movies, or at least more best of the best movies. Probably because by 1988 there was no market. 1998 there was no market for it. I mean, he should have done more during the early 90s, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he was doing kickboxing tournaments at that time. Phillip Rhee. All right. He's been in a recent movie, 2017, Bellman 3, which is a movie short. And he directed, produced, and wrote a movie called Underdog Kids. All right. We like Tommy Lee. So Rhee represented the U.S. Taekwondo team in 1980 against the South Korean team in the championships of the Asia Games. And that was the basis of his screenplay for the film Best of the Best. Rhee is trained in various martial arts such as Taekwondo, where he is a 6th Dan black belt. Hapkido, where he's a third Dan black belt, Wing Chun, and boxing. Phillip's brother Simon is also a martial artist and actor. Simon co-starred in the Best of the Best films and runs a Taekwondo studio in Woodland Hills, California. Phillip Rhee married his wife Amy in 1990. Their son Sean appeared in his father's 2015 film Underdog Kids and is a professional stuntman. So he was in the Kentucky Fried Movie, 1977, the Best of the Best series. I'll have to look up Simon Rhee and also Phillip Rhee's. I got to give him screenwriting credit for Best of the Best and Best of the Best too. So that's what I'm going to work on. Phillip Rhee and Simon Rhee were actually ex-Taekwondo champions in the 1980 Olympics. No wonder they are that good in fight scenes. Yeah, we like Phillip Rhee. Is Simon in this one? I didn't see him in this one. He must have been in the first two. Well, I'll double check on Simon Rhee and Phillip Rhee screenwriting credit. We'll fix that in the description box of the first two movies, if need be. And that's something for me to work on now. Coincidentally, Simon Rhee was in Double Impact and Universal Soldier with Van Damme and The Glimmer Man with Seagal. Okay. I'm not familiar with those. I've seen Universal Soldier. And The Glimmer Man. Okay, I've got my work cut out for me. I'll look up Double Impact and The Glimmer Man. See what's going on with those. Laters.